Good morning, everybody. Danny Shea. Thank you for joining me on my new camera setup. Well, it's not a new camera, it's just the new setup. And once again, why am I doing this during Mercury retrograde? Well, I know it's not really Mercury retrograde till tomorrow. I think it starts tomorrow. Anyway, couple of things that I just wanted to talk about. We had that new moon. We have solar eclipse. Watching Ann Ortelli's astrological forecast, she goes, the eclipses are coming, the eclipses are coming, which is apparently a pretty crazy time. I don't know. Really? Do we really think it's that crazy of a time? Huh, yeah, okay, so it is. One of the things that she talked about that I also talk about a lot is, where's our role in this process? Are we observers holding light, or are we the worker bees, the doers, the getting in there and the mixing it up and the fighting? And, I dislike the word fighting so much as just working for the change. And it's this standing strong in the face of adversity. And so it's may seem like a fight or a struggle, it's just standing strong there. So let's do a couple, let's pull a couple. Just number one, I want to revisit the debt ceiling. I want to revisit the gun issue. And then I think I'm gonna stop there. But let's just take, before we get into that, let's look at the two ways to deal with all this crazy energy. And let me change the word from crazy to change energy. What are we letting go of? What are we embracing? What is it that we want to embrace? And I think it's really important to focus on what we want and how we want to see it change. Clearly, many of us are tired of the craziness that we've got going, so we want to see a more peaceful transition. So let's take a look at those two people. I'm using my Light Seer Tarot. The two camps, the worker bees and the holding space bees. And what does it mean to hold space? For me, it's being in that space of light and healing, being in that quiet, small space that is so expansive. And I like the word, the small, quiet space, because it feels like, because to me, when I get in that small, quiet space, it opens up the universe to everything. And it's very exciting. Lots to do, lots to look at in there. All right, so, and from that small, quiet space of expansiveness, which, I mean, those words don't make any sense at all, but when we get there, it does. we get to change things on a different level than the worker bees. The people who are involved in getting in there, mixing it up. My Light Seer Tarot does not like to shuffle on that energy. So I'm going to use my regular tarot on that. So for the people who are observing, not absorbing, observing to create a change in a different way, and not one way is better than the other. I'm not saying that. But for the people who are just in their small, quiet space with this new moon eclipse energy that we are dealing with. And this, I think this was a hybrid solar eclipse. And again, I'm not really sure exactly what I'm talking about, but I hear that it's really powerful and that it will last a year. What we sent our intentions for will last a year. So for us to have a functioning government, for us to have less gun violence, a lot less, it is something that we can think about in our small, quiet space. And that's just, there's so much. Just stopping the wars, I mean, we can go on and on, but as each one of us has their own specific issue that they want to look at this time, being more aware of the whole galactic web of creation and interconnectivity. That's a big one in that little space. That'll solve a lot of problems if we as a race can figure out and come together and understand that we are all part of the web of creation, and what one person does will reverberate through that whole web. So, picking up a destructive weapon reverberates through the whole web. Picking up peace reverberates. A flower. And you gotta ask the flower, you ready to be picked up? Okay. Small, quiet space. Setting your intentions. Setting your intentions for the future. Small, quiet space. First card we get. This is interesting with this video thing, because I can do this and kind of look at it real quick, and it looks like, ooh, 9 of Swords. Well, the 9 of Swords, so we know what that means in regular tarot. Nightmares, not sleeping well, worry, worry, worry. And we're only doing 3 cards here. So it'd be the past, the present, and the future, and how they all relate. Because there is no really linear time stream, there's parallel time streams. So when we're in this time stream of worry, of not sleeping, and it feels like, don't get close, don't, watch out, watch out. There is, and as I look at this card more, there is, the blackbirds are so dominant that they're hiding the white bird. Maybe we need to focus on the white bird. There's a song about that. Who did that? White bird. Who did that song? It was a like a one-hit wonder or something. White bird. Very, 1972, I think. Oops. Well, that was interesting. I had my deck flipped upside down, and the bottom of the deck was the Ace of Pentacles, bringing forth a new way of looking at things, a new project, a new, and this is interesting, a new, Pentacles are earth, Pentacles are money, so bringing forth a new money, a new earth, and a new financial system. We looked at that Dominion case, and it feels like to me that they were just interested in the financial gain. They weren't interested in correcting the news organization that was damaging them. And they go, well, the money did it. Really? The money did it? Money does everything. All right, moving on. Ah, look at this. Page of Pentacles. So here and now, the Page of Pentacles. As we sit in our small, quiet space, what do we get? We get the Page of Pentacles, a young energy, bringing forth a new idea, a new project, balancing on one foot. And this is right below. I can't drop the camera down. Let me try, but I don't think I can because I don't think I can. Let's see. Well, I can kind of. Ooh, maybe I need to pull my chair back. Oh, look at there. So we have the Page of Pentacles. Oh, maybe if I do this. Thanks for hanging with me while I try to do this. We have the Nine of Swords, the worry. So let that go. Think of the white bird. We have the card that flipped out, the Page of Pentacles, that is just the beginning of something new, something wonderful. Earth, new financial awareness. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is also the youngest of the Court card energy. This page, balancing on one foot. So they're really kind of not, they're not like planted with both feet solidly on the ground. You have one foot that's balancing in the center of this. It appears like it's a mandala. Who does that remind you of? Somebody that's not. Never mind. I was going to go somewhere. I'm not going to. And then the final card, the future in the present. So the present card, we're getting the sense that something's happening. It's a little off balance. We are a little off balance because we're thinking of all these dark energies instead of the light. We see the white bird, but we're just being inundated too much by the others. And we have the Two of Pentacles in the future. So there is a release and a hold with this card. And there's a good, it's not necessarily a good and a bad, but there is this light disc that reminds me of this white bird. And then there is this pentacle that's in a case, and it feels like it's a shaman's drum case. And it reminds me, us, that as we are in this small, quiet space, many people use the shamanic drum to get into that small, quiet space. And it is that work that we enter into that allows the white pentacle to soar, the light energy to soar. So I think it's important for us to be in, not in the fear-based of the Nine of Swords, but to be in the quiet reflection with the intention of bringing in light to all of these issues. And we can focus on one issue and bring light to it, and then the next day something else. All right, let's look at the people that are in there mixing it up. It's hard. They're fighting for the change. They're standing on the bridge, walking down the bridge with insults being hurled at them. You know, the thing, going back to the Dominion, they said, well, you know, we're tired of having our workers have death threats. So we're just ending this, we're taking the money. And I mean, it's a huge settlement, no doubt about it. And it did make some noise, but not to the people who watch the most trusted news network around. Yeah, there's a... Anyway, we're going to get into that later. So this new moon eclipse energy, this eclipse season, and this isn't a switch by any means. It's a long process before we start getting through this. We're just ripping the band-aids off of things. Why did I just think of Ginny Thomas just then? Okay. Worker bees in this new moon energy, the workers in this eclipse energy. How do you stay in the light? What's the best way to serve? 3 cards. Past. Queen of Wands. Bringing forth information. Bringing forth a grounding and a little bit of some secrets, that bringing forth a little trickery or something with it. And I'm looking at that cat down at the bottom, and it's I just keep, we're about ready to get a cat, I'm afraid. Oh, yeah. Me, I'm allergic, but it's I'll deal with it. I have before. But when I play with my little dog doesn't scratch me up. Cat, when I play with the cat scratches me up, and then it just like gets pissed, and it like shreds me. And I feel like that is what this queen is doing. Bringing forth this knowledge, this information. Some new starts to this too with her wand there. But it feels like we might get a little bloody in there. That cat is gonna like kind of shred us a little bit. So we got to be careful, got to be really grounded. I think on both the small quiet space and the doers, the workers. For today's time stream, whatever this means, the magician creating something out of nothing, but I don't think it's nothing. it feels like to me when I look at the two sides, one side is loud crazy, which indicates to me that they're just hanging on so dang tight. The other side is just sitting back watching and going, really? Really? And I think that with this magician, where they go, I want you to look at this hand. Look at this hand. But this hand over here, it's like doing all sorts of crazy stuff, bringing things in, adding things to the mix, and you're going, okay, I'm looking at that hand and nothing's happening, then poof, flowers. Or a rabbit out of a hat. And in the potential near future. Need I say more? It's so important to set our intentions during this time. We are going to get to the sun. We are going to get to this place that is playful. The workers, the people that are actually getting in there and mixing it up and getting their hands dirty, it's important that they stay grounded with this flower, with these new things coming through. It's important that they focus on their magic that they get to do, even in this swampy type energy. And again, look, I mean, if I just hold up these cards, there is no really swampy energy here. It's just information coming out. And this Sun card is going to illuminate more and more information. Which one's the better one to be in? They both have new beginnings. They both are powerful. They're both strong. All right, let's get into the swamp. So, 22 minutes. So, for those of you who don't want to get into the swamp, thank you for watching. For those of you who want to stay in the swamp, I will have a cleaning station after this. Wash up. Don't shake anybody's hands until you clean up. Let's look at, I just got to laugh at Fox News took out a full-page ad, I think in the Times, that said they were the most trusted news source out of all the cable news. 41% or 44% people who watch said you're trusted. That means 60 said 54 said we don't trust you. Don't even try to do that math, because if 40%, then it's 60% say, yeah, you get it. Okay. So, and then without really getting my hands super dirty in this, we were so disappointed in that, and then we're like pulling at straws to, or any thread to be a little more comforted that the special master that the judge imposed on Fox, which may be, I didn't really look into it, but that may be a legal issue that is going to expose Fox to more stuff. More witch hunts, you know what I'm saying. So let's just look. 3 cards real quick. Is that what does this special master mean to Fox? 3 cards. What does this special master mean to Fox? Because I think what it is it's just a little irritant to them. I think. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, because we keep pinning our hopes on something, and it's just like, oh. So what is this special master mean to Fox? It means that they're not feeling so good about it, and there is an offer that's being made that they're not looking at. So I think maybe they're just gonna, maybe this was, oh yeah, hey, we have this other information that we forgot to share with you guys. This is in the past, so I'm thinking that's it. Oh yeah, you know, it just kind of slipped our mind. I know we were supposed to give you this information, this cup, but you know, what can I tell you? We just forgot. What does it mean for Fox? Ooh, that's no good. That hurts. Maybe they should have given him that information. And in the potential near future, we have the Chariot. Moving on. What is that moving on? What does that moving on actually mean? We all think, so many of the readers have said, it's, you know, Fox is changing, Fox is done. Is that what that is? I'm going to pull a couple of clarifiers on this. If it'll shuffle, let's see. What does this Chariot mean for Fox? You know, I don't, again, this isn't a light switch. This is a process. Certainly that 780 billion or million, whatever, million, doesn't mean anything to Fox, really. And then I heard, oh yeah, they have insurance. Like, really? Gosh dang it. Want them worker bees in there to kind of mix things up a little bit with them. What does this Chariot mean? It means someone is going to be happy about the future. Well, it is. It's in the future position, these cards. These cards must be broken. Ooh. Okay. So I didn't get any like really clear things, but since who would be happy about this? It's not that I'm really happy about heartbreak, but I'm happy that the special master is actually going to hold somebody to accountable. It may hurt the person being held accountable. Ow. It may make them move on. So what's going to go on? Well, someone's going to be happy with a bad haircut. Not me. About the future. Redundant. And it's going to be large. So even though that settlement of $780 million was large, they got another large things coming. Another one. All right. So let's take a look at using the light seer again, and they seem to be shuffling. No, sorry. They're not liking where I'm going with this. I want to revisit the debt ceiling with McCarthy coming out with his budget. And I'm looking at the budget, you know, the bullet points. I'm sure it's not a budget because, and it shouldn't be, because, well, they should start working on it now. And I think that's what Biden was trying to get him to do. Start working on your budget. And I think that, sorry, I just had went into that small quiet space. The bullet points that they brought out was reducing, eliminating a lot of the Biden agenda and adding to the previous administration's agenda. And if I could talk to McCarthy, not that he'd listen, but if I could and he would listen, not that I'm one of those mix it up worker bee guys, but if I was, I would say, you know, the American people voted for these programs that you are slashing. If you want to get back into power, you may want to figure out a way to add to that message that the people want instead of taking it away. That's probably what I'd say, something along those lines. So let's just look at the deficit, raising the debt limit again. My personal opinion is we have too much debt. We need to reduce it. That's where I go into the light space, reduce the debt so that we are stronger as a nation. So we're not dependent on others who may want to harm us. And that's all fear-based. As I even say it, I go, really? So I'd probably want to reword that. But my lifestyle is do the best I can to be debt-free. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So let's revisit this debt ceiling. This is money that's already been spent, that's already been allocated. They shouldn't have raised it in the first place. They shouldn't have approved those programs in the first place if they didn't want to pay for them. And now to go back, it'll be horrific for the economy, the world economy. So let's just see what's going on with the debt ceiling. 3 cards for the current state of it. Look at all that dark, dark energy. This is the 2 of Swords. Trying to lower my finger without dropping the card. 2 of Swords. You have the blackbirds. You have the woman in black. The choice is not easy. Either way, it's let's raise the debt ceiling. Let's just raise it. Okay, well, that's not right. Let's renegotiate it. Okay, that's not right. Well, what is right? Well, they're going to figure that out. It's not easy. It's not easy. If people were responsible and future governments were responsible, then yeah, raise it and let it go and woohoo. But that should be in the future. This is in the past. It's this decision. You've already made your bed. Now sleep in it. Wake up and fix it. Okay, I'm preaching. I'm sorry. Here we go. Next card, the future. Ooh. Well, I like this card, and then I don't like this card. We have the moon energy. I love the waterness in it. I love being underwater, as many of you know. We have a new moon here today or yesterday, and this is very much a full moon. So are they saying that we're going to resolve this in the full moon? And just that floating underwater. I hope she isn't dead. I hope she's just going, oh, and just dropping down into the water column and just going, okay, okay. And then we have the two light and dark wolves, quadrupeds, howling, both sides screaming. And in the future, we have the chariot moving on, moving forward. Again, with the black and white energy, the two sides, and having the strength to navigate that. All right, let's do some clarity on that chariot card. Where is it moving to? It feels like to me, again, that Biden is going to have to compromise a little bit. But the Republicans are in such disarray. It's like they can't get anything. They can't get anything done. It's just like it's like a clown show, and it feels like it's just a couple of the loudest ones screaming. That's just what it feels like to me. And I'm just hoping that there's some that are going, no, we cannot default on this. And I think that's what's going to pull them forward, but I think Biden is going to have to give them something. What is this chariot in the debt ceiling in the future? What is this chariot about? Out. 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 Get out of here. When I do that, I see Joe Biden go, come on, man, get out of here. You come back with when you have something. Destruction, breakdown, coward. Let me keep going because I'm not really clear. So with these three cards, what it feels like right now, and this is, I guess this is the energy right now that I'm hearing. Coward, destruction, out. These people are not wanting to see our current government survive. They want to tear it apart. They've said they do. And that's the loudest voice right here. So that's the current energy. I think that's the question I asked. Let's look at let's look in June. Well, no, let's take it even further out. Because I think, is it June that we're going to default? When are we going to default? It seems like Yellen is doing her best to kind of hold things together. She says it needs to happen now, but if it doesn't, she's doing some extraordinary measures to keep it afloat. So let's see, after those extraordinary measures end, whenever that is, what is the state of our economy, of the world economy? What is the state of our economy? Okay. Okay. Ooh. I thought all my cards were right side up. So what I got is Judgment, Four of Wands, the Empress. These three cards, the Judgment, that was like, oh, we're going to come to some resolution. It's going to be good. We're going to be free of the craziness, of the restrictions. We have a celebration of the Four of Wands. And again, always with the Four of Wands, I hear caution. It could be a false celebration. And then you have the Empress, giving birth to something good in the world. And so the world economy, I'm still feeling that they're going to come together and raise this debt ceiling. As we go down a little deeper into the reading, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Something new. We talked about these before, and I did shuffle. We talked about these before as new emotional starts, a new way of balancing things, looking at things with this. So there may be some changes in it. And then I got the Page of Cups. This is bringing forth something that is calming, a little unexpected, but it came in reversed. So it may not just be we're lifting it. We've got some issues that we're not going to be happy with, but it is not going to be Armageddon. That's my sense here. What else was I going to read on today? We're at 41. I'm done. Stick a fork in me. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here with me on this Thursday. I'm going to try to come on tomorrow and do a newsy wrap-up. But, because there was something else. Oh, I'm going to go one more. You guys are already turning off. Sorry. I'll save it for later. I want to look at the gun issue. We're such a crazy place, stand your ground and all that stuff. Kids being shot in the driveway turning around. And there are programs that you can send in your guns for buyback. Tom T. Moore had that on his Gentle Way newsletter. I won't get into it that much this time. I will talk about it on Friday. As we clear that negative energy, hang on. As we clear that negative energy and go more towards the light, the final card to focus on light, to focus on positivity. I'm using Work Your Light oracles in these trying times where we're faced with all that we are faced with. What's the card to focus on as we leave? Oh, this is so good. This is all about what we are doing right now. With these eclipses, what are we releasing? What do we need to release so that we can bring in some new energy that we need to bring in? What are we holding on to that no longer serves us? What do we want to hold on to that really serves us, so that things, we won't let them go willy-nilly. This is Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. I can go on with this card, and maybe I should, but not now. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, past lives. I had a seminar just yesterday, 2 days ago, and I've been really inundated with releasing past life karmic debt. I signed up for this one shamanic seminar, and it was all about releasing past karmic debt. And I go, I don't want that. That's not what I'm interested in. So, I listened to a couple of them. Yeah, that's good information. Got it. Good information. Then I signed up for this other mediumship type workshop, and it was all about past lives and releasing past hurts, past life hurts. Obviously, I need to pay attention to that. But I just put the cards in the box, save it for another day. But we are going to be looking into that on my journey class. And you can email me if you want more information on that. We've got about, I think, 20 people joining. It's awesome. It's going to be good. Well, as far as I know, it's going to be great. Thank you guys for watching. Peace and love.